That's when he went for my neck. But I'm the one with the powers, and whatever came over Davius made him forget that. Needless to say, I caught his arm, dazed him just a little bit, and he came right back to his senses. He later told me that the last thing he remembers before blacking out was his dad walking into his room holding a microchip. So, everyone acting monotone and zombie like the whole time it was these things? After telling Zach what happened to me, uh, we agreed that I could not go back home. So, Zach told me to hide in the junkyard. I was annoyed, but tetanus is better than mind control. Speaking of which, I didn't know what to do about this situation. It was a nightmare. Check that. I've had better nightmares. We need a plan that's crazy enough to work. We need Sarah. Wow, that feels so weird to say. She's back. We just pop over to the house. I zap her, and now Team Thundersnow is back in business. We told her what happened, and she said, this was a total hero zombie apocalypse situation. We just need to find a cure. Easier said than done, especially when the cure is just me going around and tasing people. But Sarah had a different plan in mind, something that would have us all back to normal by noon. I didn't even know how much I missed her until she left us. After being cured from being Chip, you know what? Chip has been done to death. So I was mind hacked. Anyway, thought, what if Thundersnow shocked the whole city? But he can't generate that much power, and even if he could, he might fry the entire city. But Thundersnow just needs to distort the signal the microchips give out, not shock. We just need a new suit for Zack so he could spread the EMP around the whole area. Plan is set. So I went home to check on everybody, and immediately my uncle greets me, and he's unusually more chipper than normal. The obvious doesn't kick in for me because mind hacking. Sarah's right. Mind hacking does sound a lot more better than chipped. Mind hacking makes people act more zombie like. And he asked me if I wanted to take a photo with Pat and Mindy. Well, he didn't really ask. He just said, yeah, sure. Of course you do. And then just shoved me in front, right next to the two. We all stand together, but Uncle Patrick doesn't pull out his phone. It can't be too late. It can't be. Okay, after getting away from them, I look around and see several people walking in towards others holding the microchips. And I knew what that meant. There are enough people mind hacked to take the city by force. No more sneaking around for them. No more playing around for me. Bounsweet, the toxic fruit Pokemon. Bounsweet in the Marhalia region have developed toxins in their body to protect themselves, as this Pokemon's scent drives Pokemon to search for it. The slightest taste is enough for any to never try eating Bounsweet ever again. I'm gonna make this quick because this video is way too behind. As I wrote down how many Pokemon I have, I've noticed how little regional variants I've made. I did this kind of on purpose to keep from making too many. The irony. And on top of that, This Pokemon wasn't even meant to be a regional variant. I was just drawing, and it happened. This version of Bounsweet is certainly more Halloween themed. I'll finish the evolutionary line and give in some more lore and further elaborate on what this is. But for now, here's Maraholian Bounsweet, the Weed Witchling Pokemon. That's not its official that's not its official designation, but I feel like that would be too specific for a Pokemon category. I wanted to make a reference that the toxins in its body basically make the Pokemon more chipper, and that was kind of a drug reference. But I felt like that was too mature for a Pokemon game. Well, won't exactly be a real Pokemon game until Pokemon makes an actual African Pokemon region. I changed the top to look more like a weed, and I changed the bottom to look more like a African skirt. I changed the stem to look more like the top of a witch's hat, which I'll get into later. But for now, here is Pokemon Numero 3.